the island where people forget how to die. There's an island somewhere off the coast of Greece. It's not very big. In fact, most people have probably never heard of it. Its name is Ikaria, and it's home to about 8,000 people who seem to be living the dream. The reason they're able to do this is because they somehow managed to forget how to die. If that sounds like some kind of weird joke, it's not. You see, this little slice of paradise is a place where people tend to live much longer than anywhere else in the world. Scientists have been baffled by the island for decades because they can't figure out why so many people manage to hit the century mark. The people of Ikaria are thought to be the longest living in the world, with 3 times the lifespan of the average Greek. The life expectancy for a man on the island is 90. For women, it's 96 years old. And what's really strange is the fact that these centenarians don't just die of natural causes. They don't die at all. They simply go to sleep one night and then they just don't wake up. They essentially forget how to die, which has left doctors scratching their heads. It's not just the elderly people either. Cancer rates on the island are 50% lower than the national average. Heart disease is also incredibly rare, as are things such as diabetes and dementia. It's almost as if the island itself is some kind of magical place where nothing bad ever happens. And for the most part, that's actually true. Life on Ikaria is pretty chill. If you go there, you'll find a bunch of locals drinking red wine, having naps, and laughing with their friends. That last part is perhaps the strangest of all because the people of Ikaria always have a good reason to laugh. Their joy is infectious, and anyone who spends enough time on the island will eventually catch it. The locals never worry about anything. Even when something goes wrong, they just laugh it off and carry on with their day. Many people have tried to figure out why the islanders are so happy, and the answer seems to be that they simply enjoy every moment of their lives. They take great pride in their family and friends. They're always eager to share a meal and a joke with them. And they spend as much time outside as possible. All of this is well and good, but it doesn't really explain why so many of them are living for over 100 years. The population of Ikaria has been studied by scientists for decades. At first, researchers believed that the reason the islanders were living so long was because of their diet. After all, they eat a lot of Mediterranean food, which is known to be very healthy. And it's also full of delicious ingredients such as olive oil, fruits, and vegetables. Then again, other places that eat Mediterranean food don't have the same lifespan as the people of Ikaria. So that theory didn't hold up. Researchers also considered the fact that the people of Ikaria exercise a lot. Again, this is something that could explain their longevity, but it's not the whole story. If that were the case, then athletes would be living forever. Next, scientists considered the genetics of the people on the island, but they soon realized that there wasn't a single gene responsible for their long lives. If there was, then it would have mutated by now. Finally, researchers decided that there must be something about the culture on the island that was protecting the people from diseases and ailments. Again, this makes sense, but it still doesn't explain everything. So what is it about the culture of the island that allows its people to live so long? The answer is something called the Apoyan lifestyle. This is basically a term used to describe the way the people of Ikaria live their lives. As we already mentioned, they spend a lot of time outside, they eat healthy foods, and they exercise regularly. But there's more to it than that. The Oppians also take naps during the hottest parts of the day, which helps to keep their bodies cool and their minds sharp. They also have a strong sense of community, and they're always willing to lend a helping hand to their neighbors. This sense of community is what leads to those infectious laughs, because they know that no matter what happens, they can rely on their friends and family for support. But the Oppians don't just nap and eat and laugh all day. They also have a strong work ethic. They take pride in their homes and their gardens, and they're always willing to lend a hand to those in need. The Oppians may be living longer than the rest of us, but they're not lazy by any stretch of the imagination. They're hard workers who know the value of a strong work ethic. Now, you might be wondering why we're telling you all this. After all, what does it matter how the people of Ikaria live their lives? Well, it matters because they may have discovered the secret to a long and happy life. We don't know exactly what it is about the Opians' lifestyle that's allowing them to live so long, but it's probably a combination of all the things we've already mentioned. Their diet, their work ethic, their sense of community, their love of life. All of these things play a role in allowing them to live beyond 100. Some people may say that it's just a coincidence. After all, it's just a small island off the coast of Greece, but the odds of it being a coincidence are slim to none. There's something special about the island of Ikaria and its people, and we can learn a lot from them. The next time you feel like you're getting sick, just remember the Opians and how they seem to forget how to die. Maybe they're onto something. Maybe they're onto something. What's even weirder is that the people on this island are not just living longer than everyone else. They're also forgetting how to die. It's not like they're taking steps to avoid death. They just seem to forget that it exists. They live their lives each day as if it's their last, and then they wake up the next morning and do it all over again. And yet, somehow, they never seem to die. The people on this island are so obsessed with living in the moment that they literally forget that they are mortal. And maybe that's the secret to living a long life. Maybe we all put too much emphasis on our mortality. Maybe we need to stop worrying about the future and start enjoying the present. Maybe death is something that we should forget about entirely. If that's the case, then these people are truly on to something. But there's another theory out there that claims there's more to this island than meets the eye. Some people believe that the island is cursed, and that's why the people on it are living so long. There's something about this island that keeps death away, and nobody is sure what it is. One theory is that the island is built on top of a portal to the underworld. Nobody knows for sure, but it's just a theory. Another theory is that the people on this island are descended from the gods themselves, and that's why they have such long lives. After all, the gods were immortal, and maybe their bloodline carries on to this day. No one knows for sure, but it's just a theory. The truth is, we may never know why the people on this island are living so long. Maybe it's a combination of all the theories we've discussed. Maybe there's something special about the island itself, or maybe it's just a coincidence. But one thing is for sure, we can all learn something from the people on this island. They seem to have figured out the secret to a long and happy life, and maybe we should pay attention to them. The people on this island are living their lives the way they want to, and they're not letting anything stand in their way. They're hard workers, but they also know how to relax and enjoy themselves. They have a strong sense of community, and they're always willing to help each other out. And most importantly, they don't let the fear of death control their lives. So the next time you're feeling stressed out and overwhelmed, just take a deep breath and remember the people on this island. They seem to have it all figured out, and maybe we can learn a thing or two from them. Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe if you haven't already. See you next time.